Okay, look, watching this video won't make you $136,000 in a day, but I promise if you implement the funnels and the strategies I talk about in this video, you're going to make way more money in your business. So, Luke Belmar, this guy. Who is he? He's an entrepreneur and online personality. That's the man behind Capital Club. He built out a custom platform, and it's pretty much an info paid community for his audience, and that's how he makes most of his money. So if you watch till the end of the video, I'll tell you exactly the steps that you need to follow to do this. You can just screenshot it and you can thank me later. So here's a high level overview of how Luke actually does it. First, he gets attention on him. So he uses YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the major social media platforms, and he gets interested leads from getting attention. So he shares free source, he shares wisdom, and people opt into his newsletters and actually start following him. And he takes them through a streamlined process where at the end of it, he puts an offer in front of them. And that offer is so good that people feel stupid saying no. And he just runs up a whole bag with that. And he actually uses the AIDA framework for online marketing. And that's pretty much awareness, interest, desire, action. The AIDA model actually traces the customer's psychological journey as they go through your process or through your funnels and eventually buy from you. So first step of the funnel is awareness or getting attention. So Luke himself, he loves to use mystery and he reveals as little as possible, but also at the same time drops a lot of free source and free value. And he pairs that with specific terminology that only him and his audience would know. So these things called data sets, and he calls his audience members glitches. So it makes them more memorable and you actually have a deeper connection with him. So first step is Luke's personal pages. He's got his YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So on his YouTube, he actually posts content that is educational and also entertainment. He meets up with influential people like Andrew Tate's brother, Tristan. You've got Sebastian Georgiou. And he also just shares his lifestyle on there. And from his YouTube, he funnels them into either his Twitter all the way or into his Telegram, which I'll get into in a bit. And then on his Instagram, it's also pretty much lifestyle, sharing data sets, as I said before, on his story. And sometimes he's also dropping hints of Capital Club. He's going to reopen it soon. So he's dropping source, he's dropping some words on it. And sometimes he also funnels them back into his Telegram here and there with his stories. So after Instagram, it's his Twitter, where he actually has that link in bio. If you notice, YouTube on his Instagram, he's got nothing in his bio. So in his Twitter, it's pretty much mindset, motivation, and also dropping hints of Capital Club here and there. And then on his TikTok, this is where he has an actual link to Capital Club. And this is his short form content, pretty much pumping it out daily so that there's a flow of content. People actually get eyeballs on it. And this is just content repurposed from his long form videos or interviews he's had on podcasts. All of it goes into his Telegram. I'll get into it in a second. He also has his actual Capital Club YouTube channel. So this is where he posts his shorts, and this is where he has, daily uploads. Or if you see on his YouTube, he actually does not post that much. But Capital Club, this is the account that posts a lot. And this directly links to the Capital Club landing page. We'll get into that later. So on his Telegram, he pretty much deletes the message every 24 hours. So it creates that urgency, and he has undivided attention of his audience because there's no noise from other creators. There's no noise from the algorithm. It's just him and his audience one-to-one. And he's got that sense of mystery behind all this as well by deleting every 24 hours whatever messages or data sets he drops. So all this goes back into Capital Club as well. So from his Telegram, here and there, he sometimes pushes Capital Club as well. So this is where the genius of Luke Belmar's operation comes through. He's got a 24/7 labor force working for him, making content for him for free, and he doesn't even have to pay them. So he's got an affiliate program for Capital Club. And if you go on YouTube, you'll see a bunch of Capital Club YouTube channels. That's not his, it's just other people. And they all have a link in bio that's an affiliate link pretty much. You go on TikTok, the same thing. A lot of accounts that's not him, but posting content for him and spreading his word and his message with the link in bio to join Capital Club. That's the affiliate link. Instagram, same thing. You get the idea. And all of it funnels back into Capital Club, the landing page. He makes money and his members in Capital Club also make money. So it's a win-win for everyone. And he's just reaching Everest level highs of just influence on social media platforms by using this strategy. So the cool thing about Luke is that he pushes Capital Club only barely, and that's only on his TikTok and sometimes Telegram. And even then, you can't get into Capital Club if you just wanted to. You have to go on a wait list that's invite only, and you can't even tell when you're going to get invited back into Capital Club. And he loves to abuse, as I said, that mystery and scarcity aspect of it, so people act with urgency. So the next part in the AIDA model is the interest. So this he does through his content. He shares wisdom about health, wealth, relationships, and he calls them data sets, of course. And this free source gets people interested about knowing more and knowing what he could give them if people were to pay him. So data sets, biochemistry, biohacking. And after that, when people click on that Capital Club link, they get taken to the landing page. It doesn't even look like a sales letter. It looks more like a built out, fully fleshed out website, like a learning platform. And it's still just an info community at the end of the day, a paid info community. And Luke uses the golden triad of info communities, which is the courses, the weekly one-on-one calls, and the main part of it, which is the network and the community behind Capital Club. So the thing with Luke is that he's built up so much goodwill in the community that people are pretty much primed to buy as soon as they see that, join now button. And with that wait list, it creates that scarcity and urgency that gets people to buy instantly. So goodwill stacked on top of absolutely amazing marketing strategies. Next part of the AIDA model, the desire. So he builds up desire using his content and other people's content as well. So Luke actually has physical Capital Club events, and this is the high ticket offer in the back end for actual high level entrepreneurs. That's also hard to get into. And these entrepreneurs, they make their own videos about it and they sell it to their audience. So it gets people wanting to actually join Capital Club and, live that dream life. So one crucial thing to mention about Luke Belmar is that he's genuinely providing real value, and it's all just free. So he's not trying to run up a bag and just make quick buck in this content economy. So this is why his strategy genuinely works so well. And the next part of the desire is actually to nurture his audience and remind them that Capital Club and Luke Belmar is a thing. And then the email campaigns are actually used to hype up Capital Club drops. So the next Capital Club event's going to come up in a few months. You're going to see a lot of emails from Luke Belmar just popping up in your inbox. So he actually gamified the process of joining Capital Club. There's 150,000 other entrepreneurs, and each day there's 2,500 people who get to join, but only 369 spots each single day. So you have to be as fast as you can for the game, as he calls it. And then this actually builds that scarcity and urgency and mystery behind Capital Club and increases the allure once again. And the last part of it is quite simple. It's action. You get that Capital Club email. Look, you've won the game. Let's go and join Capital Club now. Big join now button. You click on it. Luke runs up a whole bag and you get access to Capital Club. Okay, let's do some money math. So there's 369 spots daily, as I said, out of 2,500 people that get to play the game. And then each of the memberships cost $369 for a whole year. It's marketed as $1 a day. That's pretty much the offer. And that comes down to $136,000 in one day. So people are actually incentivized to stay in the community, because if they leave, they are back on that wait list and they lose out on the aspect that's the most important on their journey, just the network and that community of other like-minded entrepreneurs. And this is pretty much how your favorite content creator is running up a bag in this current content economy. So you've got Hamza with his Adonis School, you've got Eddie Cumberbatch with his Creator Accelerator, you've got Luke Alexander with his Info Product Operators. And these guys are using the same strategy, but just on a different platform. And if you want to do this yourself, as I said before, here's a summary of all the steps you need to take. First, you get eyeballs on your brand, on yourself pretty much by posting content like videos, newsletters, tweets, Instagram posts, do whatever you can. And then you're going to have to figure out exactly what your audience struggles with and exactly the solution they would want to buy. You do this by using polls, reading comments, hopping on one-on-one calls with your audience members so that you know exactly what they want. And then you actually build out a product that can alleviate their pain, solve their suffering. And then you actually have CTAs either on your bio or in your videos, and you take them to a sales letter, a VSL even, a video sales letter, and you position it as a free training so that you can actually collect emails later on. And I recommend you use ManyChat automation on Instagram to make your life so much easier, so you don't have to send out these DMs. You can just collect them automatically and have an opt-in form like Luke does, get names, numbers, and emails, and so that you can later on catch up with these interested leads and then you can nurture them. So you take the interested leads through a streamlined process to get them primed and ready to actually buy your product. So you do this using free source emails, dropping wisdom, dropping some game, and then you actually drop your product and put it in front of them, and you just prompt them to buy. If it's a good product, if it's a no-brainer offer, it's going to be flocking to you. and have a way to deliver results and collect these results so that in the future you can show it off and use it as social proof so that you get even more members joining your product or your community. And you pretty much set up an affiliate program. This is the important part. You set up an affiliate program where members who have already joined, they can bring in more members and they're rewarded for their efforts. And ideally they can just use whatever content you have already so that they don't even have to show their face. All they have to do is just post once a day or something, and then you just run up a bag, they just run up a bag, and everyone wins. So if you have any questions or you'd like my help in monetizing your audience, if you're a creator or an entrepreneur and you want to use the methods I talked about in this video, then DM me. This is me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.